Welcome in Spooks and welcome to a slightly different TBR video. So unfortunately I won't be doing a TBR game, I don't think, for the months of October, November, December. And that is because I have other projects and challenges that I want to try and do in these last few months of the year. And when I'm doing my TBR game, it's quite difficult to do anything but my TBR game. And do not get me wrong, I love playing my TBR game. I love spending the whole month making my TBR game work for me. However, we've got a wardrobe malfunction. However, if I want to read other things and try other challenges and do the projects that I've got in the pipeline, I need to give the TBR game just a little pause. It will be back, definitely in January, and if not sooner. I might get fed up of not doing it and want to do it immediately, so you may even end up seeing a TBR game for October, I don't know. As of today, it's mid-September, and I want to, as the title suggests, go through all the books I want to read in the berrr months. Because there are lots, and I want to get the vibe perfect. I feel like last year I was focusing a lot on my TBRs, and therefore didn't get to quite enjoy mood reading like I maybe wanted to. So this year's different. Also, baristas that give you the sippy cup lid, but also a straw, elite. Elite. The dome lid straw combo is not the one. The sippy lid with no straw, not the one. Sippy plus straw? This is my reward I gave myself for going to the supermarket. It's a challenge, okay? Some days it's just a challenge, and on a Saturday, I burnt this. I do, however, need both my hands to talk to you with because I am expressive. Anyway, so the genres that I kind of want to focus on are kind of dark academia. I'd like to do a little bit of academia, and I've got 2 books in mind for that. I also obviously want to do spooky. I want spooky, I want gothic, I want horror. I want a little bit of autumnal romance. And then of course, I want festive. Right at the end of the year, I want to immerse myself in all the festive books. Now, caveat for that part is, if you watched my Vlogmas videos last year, I did 4. I read a different festive book each week, and they were part of my advent calendar that I made for myself and opened throughout December. I am doing that again in 2025. It's in this cupboard, I'm so excited. I've probably done 75% of them, and I can't remember what's in there, but I do know I planned it out so I would have a book to open each week in order to do Vlogmas, and I don't know what I've wrapped, I can't remember. And I don't want to go through my history of orders to work it out because I want a surprise. We're not that far away. However, there is one book in there I bought recently and I haven't wrapped yet, and that is for Vlogmas, so I will tell you about that book. But just know there's going to be festive romance, queer romances, that kind of thing in there. That's what I imagine I've gone for, but I can't remember. So first of all, I'm going to tell you about the 2 autumnal romances that I would like to read, and I just so happen to be going to Connecticut in October. I have never been anywhere in America before. Never. So I am extremely excited to live all of my Gilmore Girls dreams. I'd like to read a couple of autumnal romances whilst I'm there. The first of it being If It Makes You Happy. I can't remember who wrote it, I'm going off the top of my head, but you will see the cover right here. I have got the Kindle version so I can read on my iPad whilst I'm away, maybe on the plane and stuff, that'd be quite nice. It was only 99p on the Kindle store. So if you're interested in something autumnal, give it a go. It was described as it's for people who love Gilmore Girls. It is I, what do you mean? The other 4 romance that I'd like to read physically, I've got a paperback version coming, it's on its way, is Deja Brew. This is actually the 3rd book in a trilogy, but it's not, it can be read as a standalone. So I've been told. If I've been led astray, I'll be pissed. But what I liked about this one was that it has the romance aspect, but it also has like a Groundhog Day where the main character relives the same day, or relives October, I think, over and over again. What? Amazing. So I'm very excited to read those 2. So that's it, I think, for romances, I think. I mean, I would quite like to read, what's that other one? I know I'm crazy. I would like to read The Gingerbread Bakery by Laurie Gilmore. You know the one I mean? It's kind of festive looking. I don't know, is it like her autumnal one that wasn't actually set in autumn at all? It might not be set in December at all, but I would like to read that in December, so I probably need to catch up because I think this is now the 4th one. No, I think that's the 5th one, and I still need to read the pancake. You know what I mean from that? I could get you the book, but I don't want to do that. The Strawberry Pancake House or something, and that's the summer one. So I need to hurry up and read that. Even though we're in September, I do need to read that one if I want to read The Gingerbread Bakery. and I probably will do that because I would like to. Anyway, let's talk dark academia. There are 2 that I would like to read in September or October if I can manage it. The first being, again, I could go get it from the shelf, but I've taken the dust jacket off. I actually spoke about it a bit when I went through all the books on my new TBR shelf. I took the dust jacket off because I bought it secondhand and it was in like acceptable quality. That's what it was said, and it was acceptable when it arrived. The hardback itself is fine, it's just well loved, but the dust jacket was kind of destroyed, so I took it off and I don't even know where the dust jacket is, but the book itself is just a silver cover. You wouldn't know what it is from me showing you. So I'll put it here, and that is Ninth House. I really want to get back into Leigh Bardugo's writing. I think I finished the Six of Crows duology 2024? I think so, that's correct. Yes, I think it is. And I loved it so much. I love Leigh Bardugo's writing. I love seeing how her skill and her craft has improved as she's gone on to publish more and more books, because that's very inspiring as an aspiring author. I like to see that people can hone their crafts and just get better and better and better. We love to see that. So, very excited to read Ninth House, and it's set in Yale, right? So it feels dark academia. I don't actually know anything about the plot, but if it's set in Yale, cool. I would take that and read that in Connecticut because I am going to go visit Yale. However, it is a hardback, and I imagine I'm going to be making some purchases whilst I'm out there, and I don't want my suitcase to be overweight. Okay, you see the problem? Okay, so I'll read that at some point. The second one, I'm just going to get it from here because I've got 2 copies of it, and I don't know yet which copy I want to keep. But I have 2, and it is The Library at Hellebore by Cassandra Khaw. This is the Owl Crate version. I also have the Illumicrate Evernight version. It was an accident, okay? That has happened to me before, but it was an accident. And this is, I think, I'm assuming, the American standard hardback size. It's a little bit smaller than ours, and I'm obsessed. It's also more square. I don't know how else to explain that. It just is more square. Not like ours is circular, but you know what I mean. And both copies are absolutely glorious in the detail, but I don't want to have 2 of the same copies. So I'm not deciding yet which one I want to keep until I've read the book. If I adore the book, I will keep both, and I will maybe find a way to display this one because it's just so beautiful. Wait, it gets better. I mean... oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Cassandra Khaw. So this one is set in a kind of academy, but academy of people that have very, very strong powers, and they are hunted by the faculty. And I think it's just going to be that perfect mix between dark academia and visceral horror, because Cassandra Khaw does disgusting descriptions like no other. No other. Can't wait. Okay, before we get to the festive ones that I have to show you, let's talk horror, because that is why I'm here, for the most part. So I ordered a couple of books that arrived recently, and that is Hungerstone and American Rapture by CJ Lead. I have heard so many good things about Hungerstone. I love cannibal stories, and for CJ Lead, Mayfly was a 5-star, absolutely perfect, like adoring book for me. Obsessed deeply. So the fact that CJ Lead has another book out, I need to be reading it. So those 2 are definitely on my want to reads for this season. I will also definitely be reading Slewfoot by Brom in the month of October. I've been saving it for so long. I think I bought it maybe last year. Was it last year or was it early this year? Can't remember. But either way, I've been saving it for October. I'm so excited to read it. I might even do like a video dedicated to it. I'm just obsessed. I can't wait to read it. It's going to be spooky and witchy and interesting, and the illustrations are stunning. I can't wait. I can't wait, I can't wait. I then have 2 extra books on my shelves. It was my birthday in August, and my friends very kindly gifted me 2 books that I am very excited to read. I have them with me because I'm going to show you. First up, we have Haunted, and the back says, Haunted is a novel made up of stories, 23 of the most horrifying, hilarious, mind-blowing, stomach-churning tales you'll ever encounter. I don't know how to pronounce the author's last name. I know they're very, very famous, but I've heard very good things about the author themselves because they wrote that other one who... they wrote that other book that's really, really popular, and can I remember what it's called? No, I cannot. Maybe it'll say inside. Fight Club. Fight Club was the one I could not think of. And so I know that they are extremely famous, extremely well-loved, well-known author, and I like the sound of this book best of all. I've never read anything else by the author, and I don't think there's anything that's really taken my fancy from the backlist, but this one, yes. This has been on my want to read on Goodreads for so long, and my friend kindly noticed, kindly picked it up, and kindly gifted it to me for my birthday. This will be getting read in the spooky seasons. Look at it. Look at it in the face. Again, one of my friends bought me this for my birthday, and it is a masterpiece that I have never seen before. So it is a Junji Ito story following, I think loosely following, the Frankenstein story by none other than Mary Shelley. And it is a graphic novel, let me show you, or manga. I don't know the difference. Do I know the difference? No, I'm probably an idiot. Look at it. I just know it's gonna be, oh my gosh, it's gonna be unhinged. This will be so perfect for those spooky Halloween nights. I mean, it's Junji Ito. We know the illustrations are going to be beautiful, but sometimes I'm at a loss for words. I'm so excited to read that. So this is definitely on the spooky list. Okay, I could go on about horror books forever. There are so many on my shelves. I'm looking now and I can see 3 Rachel Harrison books that I would definitely love to read. The Bog Wife I definitely want to read. I'm halfway through Blood on Her Tongue. I want to finish that, but I was reading the ebook and I got distracted. I want to read Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. I'm just like reading them off now, but the ones I've already mentioned are the ones that I'm very serious about finishing this season, or these berrr months. But now let's round off by talking about festive books. Obviously, as I said, the ones that are already in my advent calendar, I can't tell you what they are because I don't know. I think there is 4 of them. So we've got 2 more that I definitely want to read in the next few months. First of all, we have a twofer because I want to read the 3rd book in a series in December, but to do that I need to read the 2nd book. So I read the 1st book, which was I'll put it on the screen, A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic by J. Penner, and I really liked it. I think I rated it 4 stars. I read it at the very end of June for my TBR challenge, my year-long TBR challenge, and I just really enjoyed it. It was so cozy, it was found family, and it was just like squishy, lovely, warm goodness. The sequel, I located the sequel when I went to Cornwall just last week, and it is a Sprayed Edges one. Sprayed Edges sequel, and it's A Fellowship of Librarians and Dragons. That would be really good actually for September. I might try and get into that. The covers are so beautiful. I know I've already done like my favourite covers or judging a book by its cover video, but if I could go back in time, this would be on the list. Maybe I'll do a part 2. But I need to read that in the next couple of months because in December I need to read the 3rd in the series, which is A Fellowship of Games and Fables. Look at this cover. There's a snowman. And again, I pre-ordered it and I got the Sprayed Edges. The other one's pink, but I've already read that one obviously. Just imagine it here because I don't want to get it out from its pile. But I'm obsessed with the covers so much. I'm so obsessed with the covers. And each story follows a different person from the first story, and I'm just so excited to jump back into the world. It's filled with magic and cozy baked goods and coffee, and what else could you possibly want? Especially at Christmas time. So I will be reading these and saving this one for December. Last but not least, we have a little sneaky one that slipped in here. So this will be part of my advent calendar. I just haven't wrapped it yet. But I don't know if you noticed, if you're subscribed to the emails, Illumicrate had a massive summer sale where everything was 50% off. 50. So you could get all of the old boxes and buy them. And I did. I think I bought 2 full boxes. I can't remember what books were in them, but you'll see because I'm doing like a subscription video later. You'll see what they were. And I also ordered this, knowing that I'd be putting it in my advent calendar because it's a festive romance. I know I have another one as well because I saw Illumicrate did another version of a book that I'd already pre-ordered, but now I can't remember what it is. So it'll be a surprise for both of us come December. But before I wrap it, let's show you. So we're just getting December spoilers. So excited! The book is Under the Mistletoe with You by Lizzie Huxley Jones. And if you couldn't guess by that cover, it's queer. I'm gonna have to just read this to you because I'm so excited. I might say this to like the very end of December. Oh my god, I can't wait. Ready for a long Christmas break away from his little bakery? Christopher has closed up shop and found someone to stay in his flat over the festive period. Everything is under control, that is, until the mysterious person renting his home out turns out to be Nash, an actor, the star of all Christopher's favourite Christmas movies, the guy he's been crushing on for the whole past year, and it turns out a typically rude celebrity. Oh, we've got like Sunshine, do you reckon we've got a Sunshine Grumpy? When a huge snowstorm hits, Chris and Nash find themselves snowed in together for Christmas, but while it's still cold outside, the frosty tension between Christopher and Nash finally starts to thaw, and maybe even heat up into something more. I'm all afluster. I actually cannot wait to get festive and romantic and gay. Oh my god, I'm so excited, I'm so excited! I don't know if you've guessed, I love Christmas so much. I make that a whole event. December itself, a whole event. The lead up, the build up, the decorating, the buying presents, the wrapping presents, excuse me, get off. Immersing yourself in magic and romance. I just love it so much, you have no idea. So, that's what I'll be reading in December, and I hope to get to all of those books in the berrr months, but you know how life is sometimes. Sometimes you just don't read any of the books that you think you're gonna read. But I hope you will stick around and wait for TBR Game to make its return in 2026 or maybe earlier, who knows. We'll see how things go. I will miss it, but I will have lots more in store between now and its return. So hang in there, keep watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you in a video very, very soon. Bye! Let me show you a place.